Gilbert, the schedules have been released. We know what teams are going to be on prime time, which teams didn't get prime time. And the LA Rams are an interesting team, if I say so myself. You still got Matthew Stafford, you still have Cooper Kupp, and you still have Aaron Donald. That to me, I mean, that should be a good couple of games on prime time. But Gilbert, I want to put you on the hot seat. I want to go through the schedule. You tell me win or loss. What do you
All
think?
right.
First off, what do you think about the Rams heading in? I mean, before they even hit the field for training camp, what do you think? They should be in some of these games, don't you think?
You would think that, but I have a feeling once we run through all these games here, it's going to be an ugly record. I don't know how Rams fans are going to feel about the record. And I'm actually surprised they got a couple primetime games. I think there's one in New Orleans, no, LA, New Orleans on a Thursday night. So, some love there for the primetime schedule. But overall, it's going to be a grind. It's going to be grueling. But like you mentioned, the core players, Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, Stetson Bennett, why not?
While we're going through this, if at any point you have to yell out #tank for Caleb, let me know. Let me know if you have to say that one, because I think at a lot of games this season we might see #tank for Caleb. So, but all right, let's go through this. Week 1 at Seattle, Gilbert.
At Seattle, Bobby Wagner's game. Let's go with the Seahawks. That's already one loss.
Week 2, San Francisco.
Week 2, San Francisco. Doesn't matter. I was going to say where, but 49ers.
At Cincinnati on Monday Night Football.
Who made the schedule for the Rams? Bengals, 0-3.
All right. At Indianapolis. Ooh.
At Indianapolis, I'll give them a win there.
Wow. Philadelphia.
And that's a loss.
Arizona.
Where?
In LA.
All right, for sure. Yeah, Cardinals. Yeah, there's a win for them. Not too bad.
Pittsburgh.
Ooh. That's a loss. I don't care where.
At Dallas.
Loss. I don't care where. I'm gonna keep
at Green Bay.
I don't care where. Lost.
Okay. Bye week, and then they come back versus Seattle.
In LA, right?
Yep.
You know what? Divisional rivalry. They'll get one of these, so I'll give them that one.
Ooh. At Arizona.
Win. That's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be tanking for Caleb Williams there. It's gonna suck for them.
So who's gonna lose? So they win.
I'll give the Rams. The Rams are gonna sweep the Cardinals both times. 2 games.
Ooh, okay. Versus Cleveland.
Loss.
At Baltimore.
Loss for sure. OBJ, 3 touchdowns.
Versus Washington.
Loss, yeah. That's a good team. Not the best, but it's a good team.
Versus New Orleans on Thursday Night Football.
Saints.
At New York Giants.
Yeah, Giants, of course. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking about.
At San Francisco 49ers.
49ers.
You have the LA Rams going 4-13. Gilbert Manzano, tell them what they won.
So 2 wins with the Cardinals, and then I gave them like a sleeper one against the Seahawks, right? Yeah. What's the other one I gave them?
The Seahawks, and then I think you gave them one against the 2 against the Cardinals. Oh, at Indy.
The Colts. Okay. Hey, 4-13 might get them, 1 or 2 in the draft, and you got Drake May from North Carolina. Not bad.
But would Sean McVay want to keep the pick, or he's going to be like, you know what? Let's pull the trigger and go get something. Well, he's never had a first-round draft pick.
That depends if Matthew Stafford is playing well. If he's looking like he's hobbled and hurt and over the hill, you better keep that pick if it's 1 or 2.
You know what, Gilbert? I'm going to agree with you. 4-13. I think it sounds like a good place of where the Rams are going to be. I mean, they might be maybe a little bit better because of the talent, but then you kind of think about it and you look at the offense, and like we said, only the Chargers signed a free agent. The other teams in LA didn't. Like the Rams basically are counting on developing the young draft picks that they have, which kudos to the Rams. The Rams have done a very good job in the past of getting these guys up and ready. But I just think that there's too many young players that are going to be on this team this year, and I don't think they're going to be ready this year. So I do think that the Rams will probably be around 4-13. They'll be picking high next year, trying to get their quarterback. And There's questions about Matthew Stafford as well. Will Matthew Stafford make it through the season? Can Cooper Kupp hold up the whole year as well? Aaron Donald, how much does he have in the tank? How much does I'm never going to question his love of the game because I mean, obviously, Aaron Donald's way too good. But it's just going to be one of those things. I think it's going to be a whirlwind this year. I think it's going to be something that they haven't. I think it could be even more of a whirlwind than what they experienced last year, just because this is going to be the second year that they could possibly go into a bad season like this, and I just don't think they're used to it. So we'll see how they handle all that. Because, like I said, after the season, Sean McVay could say, you know what, this has been too much. I need a split. Matthew Stafford says, you know what, I'm out. I'm going to call it a career, and Aaron Donald does the same thing as well. So it's just going to be interesting to watch the Rams this upcoming year.
Yeah, I feel like Aaron Donald is gonna have like a chip on his shoulder. Hey, young kids, let's do something to surprise people, because that's what he had in his press conference. He was telling people like, "Hey, I kind of like this being the underdog role, but I think reality will creep in and say this team might be in an uphill battle." And I think actually, Fernando, I was surprised I went 4-13 because at the SI NFC predictions for the records that I did, I think I had them winning like 6 games or maybe so. Somehow the schedule got harder when you were saying it to me this time. But it's going to be a battle, like you mentioned, though. Aaron Donald and Kupp and Stafford are going to be around with Sean McVay. So I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. But hopefully the Rams fans who are watching this video are being, I guess, let's keep it real. Yeah, optimistic,
Realist.
but also being a realist, because it is going to be a rebuilding year. But again, the NFL, you never know. They are, like a year ago, the Seahawks, somebody saw them winning. Well, maybe I think you did. Somebody did, but I forget who. But that's the beauty of the NFL. You never know what happens, but that's me trying to give people something positive to look forward to. But it's going to be a rough year.
Well, yeah, no, and I mean the thing is that you like on offense, it's back to only being Cooper Kupp. Like you don't have Allen Robinson on the other side, you don't have other weapons on the other side, and you're kind of like, well, what's like Cooper Kupp can't do it all by himself, and you have Tyler Higbee, but like I don't know how much that's going to help. And then the run game, what's it going to look like? So there's a lot more question marks than answers, I guess, on the Rams. But I mean, the interesting part is we have you to break it all down for us because you did cover the LA Rams for 1 year, so. So definitely we're going to be looking to you for these answers because I mean I don't know I think it is going to they're going to be okay future wise. Like I think they're going to be fine, but it's just having to deal with these growing pains right now. And I know some Rams fans don't want to hear it out, especially after the success that they basically had since they've moved back to LA. I think they've only had one losing season. They've been to the Super Bowl twice. They won one, so they've had 2 losing seasons. Sorry, but hey, I mean it's just growing pains.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long year, and I think it's part of the process, the cycle. And the Rams show that they could rebuild quickly. So the only bad part is that rebuilding is going to start this year, and we'll see where it takes them. But just kind of summarize and end here, Fernando. When you mentioned those first 3 games, that kind of gave you a picture of, oh boy, it's going to be a long year. When you mentioned the Seahawks, 49ers, and Bengals, and when you start 0-3. Stats and history show that you won't make the playoffs. So I think at that point, maybe you are truly tanking.